Imagine a life shrouded in poverty, where every day is a struggle for survival. The streets are lined with crumbling houses and the air is thick with the scent of despair. Imagine a childhood where even basic necessities are scarce. Children play with makeshift toys, their laughter a rare sound in the midst of hardship. This was the reality for a young girl named Amina, born in a remote village in India. Her world was one of limited opportunities and constant challenges. Amina's family struggled to survive. They worked tirelessly in the fields, their hands calloused from the labor, yet their efforts were often not enough. Her parents, though hard-working, could barely put food on the table. Every meal was a reminder of their precarious existence. Amina yearned for a better life, a life filled with opportunity and hope. She would often gaze out of the window, dreaming of a future where she could rise above her circumstances. She knew that education was her only way out of poverty. With a determined spirit, she studied by candlelight, her books becoming her most treasured possessions. But with limited resources and societal expectations stacked against her, the path ahead seemed impossible. The classroom was run down, and the societal norms were a constant barrier. Despite the odds, Amina held on to a flicker of hope. She believed in the power of her dreams and the strength of her spirit. She believed that she could overcome her circumstances and create a brighter future for herself. Every word she wrote in her notebook was a step towards that future. This belief, this spark in the darkness, would become the driving force behind her extraordinary journey. Amina's story is a testament to the power of hope and determination in the face of adversity. Life in the village was challenging. The villagers faced numerous hardships daily, from the lack of basic amenities to the constant struggle for survival. The dirt roads were a testament to the village's isolation, and the people, though resilient, bore the weight of their circumstances with quiet dignity. Amina's days were spent helping her family with chores. From the early hours of the morning she would fetch water from the distant well, a task that required both strength and endurance. She would then assist her mother in preparing meals, cleaning the house, and looking after her younger siblings. Her responsibilities were many, and her time for play was scarce, and tending to their small plot of land. The family's livelihood depended on the crops they grew, and Amina played a crucial role in ensuring their survival. She learned the intricacies of farming from a young age, understanding the importance of each season and the delicate balance required to yield a good harvest. Education seemed like a distant dream. The nearest school was miles away, and the journey was fraught with challenges. For many children in the village, the idea of attending school was overshadowed by the immediate need to contribute to their family's well-being. Amina often found herself gazing longingly at the distant school, her heart filled with a yearning for knowledge. The village school was poorly funded and lacked basic facilities. The classrooms were cramped, the roof leaked during the rainy season, and the few textbooks available were tattered and outdated. Despite these challenges, the teachers were dedicated, doing their best to impart knowledge with the limited resources they had. Most girls in her village were married off young, often before they had the chance to complete their education. The weight of tradition and societal expectations bore heavily on them, and their dreams were often sacrificed at the altar of duty and obligation. Their dreams stifled by tradition. The young girls, with their bright eyes and boundless potential, were often resigned to a fate they had little control over. Their aspirations were dimmed, and their voices, though powerful, were seldom heard. Amina refused to let this be her fate. She harbored a quiet determination, a resolve that set her apart. She believed that her life could be different, that she could break free from the chains of tradition and carve out a future of her own making. She yearned for knowledge and craved the opportunity to learn. Every spare moment she had, she would immerse herself in the few books she could find, often reading by the dim light of a kerosene lamp late into the night. Her thirst for education was unquenchable, and her dreams were fueled by the stories of those who had risen above their circumstances. One day, a group of volunteers visited her village. They brought with them not just educational materials, but also a message of hope and empowerment. Their arrival was a beacon of light in the otherwise bleak landscape, and their presence sparked a sense of possibility among the villagers. They spoke about the importance of education, especially for girls. They emphasized how education could transform lives, break the cycle of poverty, and open doors to opportunities that were previously unimaginable. Their words resonated deeply with Amina, igniting a spark within her. They shared stories of young women who had defied the odds and achieved success through hard work and determination. These stories were a testament to the power of education and the resilience of the human spirit. They painted a picture of a future where girls like Amina could dream big and achieve their goals. Amina listened intently, her heart filled with a mix of hope and trepidation. The stories of success were inspiring, but the path ahead seemed daunting, yet she couldn't help but feel a glimmer of hope, a belief that perhaps, just perhaps, she could be one of those success stories. Could this be her chance? The question lingered in her mind, a beacon of possibility that refused to be extinguished. Amina knew that the road ahead would be challenging, but she was ready to face it head-on, fueled by the hope that one day she too could achieve her dreams. The volunteers announced the establishment of a scholarship program for underprivileged girls. Amina saw this as her opportunity. She studied diligently for the scholarship exam, poring over borrowed books late into the night. The day of the exam arrived, and Amina faced it with a mix of nervousness and excitement. Weeks later, the results were announced. Amina had earned the scholarship. It was a life-changing moment. Finally, she had a chance to pursue her education. She enrolled in a boarding school in the city, a world away from her village. Leaving her family behind was difficult, but Amina knew this was a sacrifice she had to make. She was determined to make the most of this opportunity. City life was a whirlwind of new experiences for Amina. She excelled in her studies, her natural curiosity and thirst for knowledge driving her forward. She spent countless hours in the library immersing herself in books. Amina faced cultural differences and financial constraints. She learned to adapt and persevere, never losing sight of her goals. She tutored other students to earn extra money, sending a portion of her earnings back home to support her family. Through it all, Amina's determination never wavered. She knew that education was her passport to a better future, not just for herself, but for her family and community. She embraced every challenge as an opportunity for growth, her spirit unbroken. Section 5. Breaking Barriers. Years passed in a blur of hard work and dedication. Amina graduated high school with top honors, securing a place in a prestigious engineering program. She was a trailblazer, one of the few women in her class. The engineering field was demanding, but Amina thrived on challenges. She excelled in her studies, impressing her professors with her intellect and work ethic. She participated in internships, gaining valuable practical experience. Amina faced skepticism and bias as a woman in a male-dominated field. She refused to be defined by societal expectations. She broke down barriers, proving that with talent and determination, anything is possible. Section 6. Giving back to the community. After graduating with honors, Amina received job offers from top companies. She chose to return to India, driven by a desire to use her skills to make a difference in her community. Amina joined a social enterprise that focused on developing sustainable solutions for rural communities. She led projects that brought clean water and renewable energy to remote villages, empowering people and improving their quality of life. Amina's success story became an inspiration to countless young people, especially girls across India. She proved that with hard work, determination, and a belief in oneself, even the most impossible dreams could be achieved. Section 7. The Power of Resilience. Amina's journey was not without its obstacles. She faced financial hardship, cultural barriers, and gender discrimination. But through it all, she never gave up. She drew strength from her humble beginnings, using her experiences as fuel to overcome adversity. Amina's story highlights the power of resilience. Life is unpredictable, and challenges are inevitable. It is our ability to bounce back from setbacks, to learn from our failures, and to keep moving forward that defines us. When faced with adversity, remember Amina's journey. Remember her unwavering spirit, her unwavering belief in herself, and her refusal to let circumstances dictate her destiny. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth and never lose sight of your dreams. Section 8. Achieving the Impossible. Amina's story is a testament to the human spirit's boundless potential. Born in a small, impoverished village, she faced numerous challenges from a young age. Despite the lack of resources and support, Amina's resolve never wavered. She believed in the power of education and the possibilities it could unlock. It is a story of hope, determination, and the transformative power of education. Amina's early years were marked by a relentless pursuit of knowledge. She would walk miles to attend the nearest school, often studying under the dim light of a kerosene lamp late into the night. Her dedication was unwavering. Amina's journey from a poverty-stricken village to becoming a successful engineer and social entrepreneur is an inspiration to us all. Her academic excellence earned her a scholarship to a prestigious university, where she excelled in her studies and graduated with honors. But Amina didn't stop there. Her story reminds us that seemingly insurmountable obstacles can be overcome with hard work, perseverance, and a belief in oneself. After completing her education, Amina returned to her village with a mission. She wanted to give back to her community and ensure that other girls had the same opportunities she had. It underscores the importance of access to education, especially for girls, as a catalyst for change and empowerment. Amina established a foundation that built schools, provided scholarships, and offered mentorship programs. Her efforts have transformed countless lives, proving that education is indeed the key to a brighter future. Amina's story is a beacon of hope, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, a single spark of determination can ignite a flame that illuminates the path towards a brighter future. Her legacy continues to inspire and motivate, showing that with courage and commitment, the impossible can indeed be achieved. Section 9. Your dreams are within reach. Amina's journey is a powerful reminder that we all have the potential to achieve great things. No matter where you come from, no matter the challenges you face, never underestimate the power of your dreams. Believe in yourself, embrace hard work, persevere through setbacks, seek out opportunities even in unexpected places. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and support your aspirations. Your dreams are within reach. Take inspiration from Amina's story and embark on your own journey of transformation. The world is waiting for you to share your unique talents and make your mark. Go forth and create a future filled with purpose, passion, and boundless possibilities.